Hello! Have you ever wondered where the rain comes from or how the clouds are formed? Well, this is the essence of the water cycle. When the sun heats up the rivers and oceans, water becomes water vapor and it rises up in the air. This is the first step of water cycle. This process is called evaporation. And as the water gets heated, you'll be able to see the water vapor rising up in the air. When the water vapor reaches up in the sky, it turns into tiny droplets. These water droplets, along with the various gases and dust particles, come together to form clouds. This is known as condensation. When the cloud becomes too heavy and it cannot hold any more water inside, it bursts open to give out rain, hail, or snow. This is known as precipitation. As it rains, water gets collected in ocean, lakes, and rivers. It even seeps through the soil and becomes groundwater. Thus, water cycle is a continuous process of evaporation, condensation, and precipitation. The process of cleansing water is known as water treatment. Water is made safe to drink after treatment. Water in nature is not always clean enough for humans to drink. Disinfection using chlorine and other chemicals is used to destroy any microorganisms in the water. Step 1. Intakes. Through an intake, water is drawn from a river, lake, or subterranean. It might be a pipe or spillways. The water is filtered via a screen to keep logs, leaves, twigs, and fish from entering treatment facility. Step 2. Chemical addition. Chemicals are added to the water to aid in the removal of sediments and germs such as viruses, bacteria, and protozoa. It is frequently required to use a chemical to balance the acidity of the water so that it does not damage the pipes and fittings in the supply system and in your house. Step 3. Coagulation and flocculation. The chemicals stick to items in the water such as dirt and germs. These particles combine to produce bigger particles that resemble little brown tufts of cotton wool. This is known as flocculation, and the brown particles are known as flocks. Coagulation reduces the net electrical repulsive forces at particle surfaces by electrolytes in solution, while flocculation is aggregation by chemical bridging between particles. Step 4. Sedimentation. Sedimentation is the removal of solid particles from suspension through gravity settling. Sedimentation is a technique for removing particle debris, flocculated pollutants, and precipitates that occur during operations such as water softening or iron removal. It is used in wastewater treatment to remove both organic and inorganic contaminants that are soluble. Step 5. Filtration. After sedimentation, the water is filtered. Filters are made up of layers of sand and gravel. Other chemicals such as anthracite coal and activated carbon are used in the filter on occasion. The filters are used to eliminate any leftover particles in the water. Step 6. Disinfection, fluoridation, acidity correction. At this step, the finishing chemicals are applied to destroy any leftover bacteria and make the water safe when it travels to the public. A little quantity of chlorine or another disinfection chemical is added. Most public water supplies add fluoride ion to obtain an ideal level as a public health insurance. As previously described, acidity correction is employed to achieve the required acidity level of the water. Lastly, storage. The water is channeled into a closed tank or reservoir. There is a time for the chlorine and other chemicals to combine in the reservoir. Water may have been pushed via pipelines and stored in reservoirs several times before reaching you. And for conclusion, water conservation may not appear to be a huge worry, but if left handled, it will become a serious one. Water may appear to be abundant, but as the pollution grows and the need for safe and clean water increases, so does the need for its purification and safety. Thank you.